Hello, everybody. It's Thursday night. And guess what? It's Thursday Night BBQ Chat. And this is show number 99. We are one show away from 100. And I'm pretty excited about that, Ryan. I don't know if you're excited about it. You don't get excited about much.
I am excited about it. I was just looking. I'm sitting here trying to go to my page, this one right here, and share it out. And do you see the little notice that it has on here? It says, it looks like this stream was deleted on Facebook. Try creating a new stream or just remove this destination from the stream, then re-add it.
What's that? Your stream?
Mine. So I'm
Well, you're live on Instagram because I see you on Instagram.
I know we're live.
I'm not live on Instagram.
I'm trying to see right now. Let's see if it'll reconnect here. Sorry, guys. Anyways, welcome in. It's Thursday night. We're going to
it's Thursday Night BBQ Chat. Yeah, he's having technical. We always have technical difficulties. That's just what happens on this show.
There it goes. Somebody has to have them.
Somebody's got to have them. We got them all. Anyway, I am Steve Kress. I am with It's All About the Barbecue. And during the week, you can find me at the barbecue department at Wanamaker's in lovely, beautiful downtown Downers Grove, Illinois. And the man sitting next to me, as usual, happy, punctual, big smile on his face, the chairman of the board, Barbecue, Blackstone, and Beer, Mr. Griddle Battle himself, Ryan Hoagland. We don't care about that anymore. It's over.
I know.
Griddle Battle's over.
Okay, Tim.
Yeah, one of my favorite shows.
Steve! It was so awesome to meet both of you fellas last weekend. I love how he says Steve.
Well, you know why? Because he's trying to make up, because as I was saying goodbye to everybody, he just realized who I was.
I know. He's like, he's not important anyways, so we'll see him later. But anyways, it was great. Yes.
Well, you know what ends up happening is I do a lot of I do the show. Obviously, I do the show. But I don't do the show with my glasses on. So, unfortunately, walking around in real life, I need glasses. So I have my baseball hat on and I have my glasses. So I look almost completely different because I have a little Harry Carey-ish.
Incognito Steve.
Yeah. So I have my hat on and my glasses so nobody recognizes who I am. Yes, but I can't read the pages, so I got to have it up.
So, that's definitely what threw him off. But yes.
Well, I'm trying to build excuses for him.
And I know you don't. You love it and you hate it at the same time. But the griddle battle last week was amazing. We had such a great time. Had some fun weather that we always have to deal with. I don't know why, how I do it, how I schedule it. Every single time we get some weather. And it happens. But
actually, I hate to tell you, but last year when I was judging, the weather was absolutely perfect.
I know.
There wasn't one problem, no flaw, no nothing.
Yes.
That's what happens. I wasn't judging.
It happens.
And I'm not judging next year.
No matter what, as Christie will know, you can plan an event, but you can't predict the weather.
Yeah. You know, we don't have a little whatever side I'm on. We don't have a little Girls Can Grill logo up there or something.
Hang on, I'll fix that. Even though yes, it was so much fun. Everybody missed out and they learned so much.
So anyway, we'll talk about the griddle battle a little bit. We have a guest today, Ryan. This is one of my favorite guests. You weren't here for the last time she was on. But I think it's just fun. One, it's fun just to have women from barbecue, because barbecue is usually dominated by men. And Christie is a fantastic, wonderful person. And I believe the last time she was on, she had just come out with her rubs and everything, which are now on the shelf at Wanamaker's. So they are there. She does cookbooks. She does little training seminar things online. I've watched that to see how we can maybe grow Thursday Night BBQ Chat. And as you can tell, I did not learn much from it because obviously we're still the greatest show that nobody watches. But they were very interesting and very I mean, I probably didn't do all the stuff she said, which probably means I did like maybe a half of the things that she said in the little video. And she takes care of and runs and organizes the barbecue jackpot out in Las Vegas. I think last year was the first year. I think she brought it back. And then this year is year number 2. I see it now. Is it on this side for me?
Yes.
No.
It is.
It's funny because it's like for me, I'm pointing to the middle of the screen. All right. Excellent.
Anyways.
So with that, I'm telling you, the throne gets me every single time she's on the show, even though she was only on once. But I mean, just saying, I got to get a chair like that.
And I know I wasn't here, but I do remember the throne. So let's bring her to the stage.
Christie Vanover, Girls Can Grill.
Hi, everybody.
How are we doing? Welcome in. Thanks for being here tonight with us.
Thank you. Great to be here.
She looks like a social media influencer with her chair and her hamburger and her hot dog.
Hamburger and her hot dog.
And God only knows over. So if anybody has any questions about anything Christie does, barbecue, whatever you need to talk about, feel free to ask questions. Questions always make the show a little more interesting. You don't have to listen to me talk as much. And God forbid, Ryan might actually ask a question. So we might.
We forgot to thank our sponsors, but sorry.
Oh, well, we want to do it. We do it at the end.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
We're pretending we're throwing back to like the first couple shows when we didn't have sponsors.
We love our sponsors. They're amazing.
We do love our sponsor. They are amazing.
Yes.
Ryan, we'll let you lead off today. Show number 99. Why don't you go and fire away on your first questions? You have not talked to Christie yet. You probably have thousands of things to ask her.
All right, great show, guys.
Christie, yeah, see you later,
guys. That was
right.
it. That was the fastest Thursday
No,
night.
Chris, I mean, I really don't know you, so I don't know anything about you. Not that I don't know anything about you. I do know about you.
Sure.
Sorry, that was so bad. I'm like I'm a rookie. We're just.
Okay, I don't know anything about you either.
No, I'm not like. Oh, God, is that another Tim Shearer comment? Like, I don't know, what's that? Gosh, man, I'm just falling apart here.
Well,
What
Christie,
do
why
you
don't
want to
you?
know?
Well, we'll give Ryan a little bit of an opportunity. Let's refresh everybody. How did you start in the whole? I mean, barbecue traditionally is, and there's probably maybe on two fingers you could count the women barbecuers in history that are known.
On 2 fingers?
Not 2 fingers, 2 hands.
You can count on 2 fingers? I can count on 2 fingers.
How did you want it? Why did you want to get into this whole thing?
Yeah, so I mean, I've always loved to cook, and I think like everybody, I just fell in love with the magic of like controlling the fire and making food out of it. And I was at World Food Championships in 2012 or 2013, cooking in one of the single categories, nothing to do with fire, and walked over to the barbecue area, and I was like, this is pretty rad. I really like this, and actually ended up getting a big green egg from Dr. Barbecue that time, like we were talking about in the green room. It was the end of the competition, end of the World Food Championships, and they had all these big green eggs left over. And they're like, what are we going to do with all these? And I was local, and I was like, I'll take one.
Nice.
Didn't even know how to cook on a big green egg, but I got one. And that really changed the game for me because I just had a really cheap grill in the backyard that leaked air and stuff. And having a good grill actually can really help you be a better barbecuer. So I look at my first brisket picture, though. It was horrible, but at the time I thought it was really good. And then I joined the Nevada Barbecue Association, learned about competition barbecue, became a judge in 2016, started cooking in 2017, and organized my first contest last year. So yeah, it's been a fun ride.
Christie got a big green egg, and I went to the hardware show, and all I got was a Chia Pet sloth.
They're both green.
You were too slow.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, though, I mean, the convention center to where we parked our car was pretty far, and I couldn't see myself rolling a green egg down the streets of Indianapolis to get back to the.
You would have made it work.
That was gonna be my question, as you know, Steve just interrupted and took over. But yeah.
Oh,
you know what? Somebody needs to make a Chia Pet green egg. Like, yeah, there you go. Let's do it.
With just the inside, like it opens up and then it grows out of it. Yeah, like, so it looks like flames. All right, Ryan. Now you can.
No, you took my question, Steve. Now I'm out. I'm done.
It's nice meeting you, Ryan.
Nice meeting you. Bye, Ryan.
See you later.
See ya. So what do you think now? So now you're enamored by all the barbecue stuff like that. But what about now? I mean, does the open fire stuff, is that even more exciting than the whole barbecue thing?
I totally just love cooking with fire in general, whether it's controlled in a pellet grill or gas grill or open fire. But I definitely love the thrill of open fire, especially with larger cuts of meat, like cooking primals and stuff. And actually this year, instead of going to the Royal, I'm actually helping Al Fragoni to organize his Texas Open Fire Meetup, which is the same weekend as the Royal. So I'll be down there for that. And it's going to be an amazing event. I think we've got like 25 teams now who are going to be competing, a couple hundred different great, amazing cooks, like all the big social media influencers. I'm helping to organize some of the panels and discussions. And yeah, it's a 3-day event. The first 2 days are kind of a professional workshop for those of us who are kind of in the barbecue space. And then the third day is open to the public. And that's when the 25 teams are going to be cooking on live fire. No electric allowed, no pellets allowed. It's all open fire, live fire. Really crazy fun stuff. And then the crowd will come in and there'll be a people's choice and then also a judge's presentation style competition too. So yeah, it's going to be rad.
Live fire is just taking off.
Yeah.
It just seems like fun. I just want to do it so bad. Like I told Al, I don't care if I burn everything. I just
right.
I probably would, but I mean, just the whole cages everywhere and big contraptions and fire everywhere.
Yeah, I did my first whole hog in I think it was probably 2018 or 19 with Derek from Over the Fire Cooking. We actually went to an event in, I think it was 2015 or 16 with Smithfield, and we had a whole hog there. And then we did another event together, he and I and a couple other folks. And we were like, let's just figure this out. Let's do it. And I bought an Asado Cross on Amazon. And then, we sourced ourselves a whole hog and tried it, and it was awesome. And now I've done several open fire whole hogs and other cuts and stuff, but it's fun. It's just, again, because you're so connected to the cooking. It's not like you just put something in and put it in the oven or put something and put it in the smoker and leave for 2 hours. You have to like tend to it and really learn how the meat cooks and, flip it and baste it. And and you're just really more immersed into the experience.
Yeah. It's definitely not a set it and forget it.
No.
I mean, that's there. I mean, if you had any advice for somebody that was getting, oh wait, that's not my question. That was Reed's question. So
even Dalen's not even a host of the show, and he's got a question.
He's on it.
Yeah. So if you had any advice for people that want to get into barbecue comps.
Yes. I have a podcast as well, the Barbecue Tips podcast, and I have so many episodes specifically on that. I talk about what the judges, I mainly cook in KCBS. I've also done SCA, but that's the sanctioning body I'm in. But I have all sorts of tips for each protein, what exactly the judges are looking for, some tips on what I do. As a judge as well, I kind of share kind of inside the tent type of information on the podcast. I have a lot of stuff on my website too, and I'm actually in the process of launching an online classes about each meat, and it's going to be a tell-all. But I've been to several tell-alls myself, and they're really expensive. Like, you spend $1,000 plus travel, and they are so worth it. Like, they changed how good I compete, how well I compete, and how I score now. But traveling is not always easy, especially if you have families. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to pull together some videos and insider tips and create a community. And so I started building that about 2 weeks ago. So it'll probably take me another few weeks to get it ready, but I'll definitely throw it all over social when I launch that. And there's different packages. Like if you just want brisket, because you got everything else nailed down, you can just do the brisket course, or there's all four, or I'm going to also have some limited coaching sessions for those who want the full package plus coaching from me, where I'll go over your scores with you and we'll look through those. We'll look at your boxes and I'll really give you kind of that one-on-one.
Wow. That's like breaking news, Steve. Always happens.
She's always got something.
Great question, Ryan. Oh, I mean, Dallin.
Yeah.
She's always got something like, I mean, just when you think that she's like settled, she's got something else now, But I got a question for you. You did mention it, and it may for Dalen, maybe a good thing. Do you recommend doing the going because you are a judge yourself? Do you recommend going to a judge's class if you're going to go into the competitions? Yes. Do you recommend taking a judge's class as well? 100%.
That's actually what I did before I became a cook, because I want to know what people are judging me on. And by doing that, I learned what they're at least supposed to be looking for. And so, and then you also get to see samples of what other people's boxes are, because I think one of the challenges that new teams have is they cook barbecue for their neighbors all tell them how great it is, they put it in a box and they turn it in, and then they end up towards the bottom of the pack and they don't understand. And there's just so many more nuances to the competition side of things, and you learn a lot of that when you're in the judges tent, when you take that course. And then from there, what's really awesome is maybe someday I can't cook at a competition, but I can still go judge it. And I've done that multiple times to where maybe, especially 2023, I hit a lull. I don't know what happened. Like 21, 22, I was winning. And then 23, I was just not hitting. So I said, okay, I'm going to take off my cook's hat. I'm going to go into the judges tent. I'm going to see what teams are turning in, what judges are saying about what they're tasting, and kind of regroup. And one of the main things that I learned from that actually is that the teams are all just getting really good, because now they can take the courses, they can watch the videos. There's just so much more information. So it's not just like one or two really good teams. But I also did learn more about like flavor profiles and, can compare in my mind if my chicken tenderness was comparable to some of the stuff I was tasting. So yeah, definitely I recommend becoming a judge for sure.
Yeah, I was a certified barbecue judge for KCBS. Did go take the class, and you learn a lot more insight on your. That's the Roomba going over the vent.
Oh.
Okay, Ryan. I'm telling you, you're having a rough night over there on that side. Between
like I could still hear it.
You got question anxiety that you froze up, and then you got the Roomba.
Yeah. At least it's not, I'm pretty sure my wife's going to start throwing the toy for the dog to go running back and forth as well too. But yeah, I took the judges class, and you learn a lot more on what you're actually looking for. Mm-hmm. And then to go judge, you get to taste so many other people's stuff. Yeah. And I think somebody said it best to me when they were talking about your neighbors and your friends going, "Oh my God, this is so good. Why don't you open a restaurant?" Da, da, da. Okay, great. Would you pay $20 for that rack of ribs? Oh, well, I don't know about that. Well, then it's not that good.
Yeah.
Your friends are going to tell you that it's good no matter what.
Yeah, free food's great.
Yeah, free food is always the best food ever that's out there. It's the question is would you buy it? Would you pay money for that?
Right.
And that kind of, then they go, oh, now I'm going to give you a real answer. Mm-hmm. Or tell me how much you would pay that. Would you pay $5 for that rack of ribs, or would you pay $30 for that rack of ribs?
Yeah.
That's what you want to know.
Hey, I see Girls Gone Grillin' is in the chat. I just want to say, hey, she's one of our sponsors for BBQ Jackpot. So I'm excited to meet her in November and have her out. So thank you for your support.
She's got to come on the show too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Can't do events without sponsors. Our sponsors are amazing. They're great.
Well, Dalen had another question.
Yes. What was your biggest struggle, if any, when making your rubs?
That's a good question. Now, when it comes to making it at home, I didn't really have any struggles. I mean, it was a trial and error over a course of a couple years of what I was competing with, the flavors I wanted, and just trying to find what hits on the circuit as far as like too sweet, too spicy, kind of from that realm. Once I mastered the recipe, the bottling part is what definitely where there's a struggle. Originally, I was bottled by Spiceology. So it's similar model to what Old World Spices does with a lot of pitmasters, is they'll take your recipes, they'll bottle it for you, they market it, they label it, they take care of everything, and then they just send you a check of percentages of what your sales are. And I did that for I think 3 years with them. And then I decided that I wanted to go on my own, and they were redoing some stuff too. So it was just perfect timing. And so the biggest struggle then was finding my own co-packer. I didn't own my formulations. That's a big key. Like owning recipes is different than owning formulations. So recipes is like when you have your measuring cups and tablespoons. Formulations is all based on weight and really specific with ingredients. And so owning your formulations is valuable. And then designing the label and then getting it bottled and really the upfront cost. Because when you work with a company like Spiceology or Old World Spices, they take care of everything and then you just get a check when it sells. When you do it on your own, you've got to, front everything and buy all the bottles. But it's been really successful. I just placed my third order from my run, and I just launched in October of last year. So yeah, it's going well.
Yeah, that's awesome. Guys, if you want to go buy anything, girlscangrill.com. Our shop is right there.
Thank you.
Go read.
My brisket just sold out on my website. I'm sure Wanamaker still has it, and then it's in Shields, it's in Fleet Farm, it's in a couple Ace stores, and it is on Amazon. But it's going to be back in stock soon. The bottles are getting filled this week, so it'll be back soon.
Blackstone Betty's in the house. What's up, Desiree? How we doing? And then Ron Flommer says, "Who do you use to co-pack? I got some things brewing."
So I use a company called De Silva, which is out of California. And then my whole distribution and everything is handled by Patio Provisions, which is actually owned by Todd and Susie Bullock. So they have a few other people under their wings. I'm kind of their guinea pig as they start this whole bottling company that they're really working on. But yeah, all my stuff gets shipped to their warehouse. Then I have a Shopify account, and then when the orders come in, it just goes to their team, and then their team ships it all out and everything. So it's kind of like a nice in the middle from what I was doing with Spiceology to bottling to like having it all shipped to my house and me packing up a whole bunch of boxes and trying to ship it. So it's really nice to find somebody like them, and they make it so easy, and their whole team is just fantastic. I love working with them.
Oh yeah, Steve and I looked at
Hooray!
some rubs and stuff, and I don't know what we're doing with that, but
it's in Ryan's court. I mean,
it's a tough game to get into. I'll tell you that much.
Well, we're not really even really doing it. We're really taking it like the cheap way around.
Yeah, we are doing.
We're not doing any formulations or nothing. We're just slapping our label on somebody else's.
Yeah, white labeling.
But I do have to say, Patio Provisions, Todd and Susie, and I believe Ryan is their shipper person. That I'll deal with all three of them. They are absolutely amazing people. And,
yeah. Ryan helps with marketing, and then Brandon is in their warehouse. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
They're great.
Griddles and Bills with Nick and Jay says, "What's up?" They actually just came out with their own rub and just got it on the shelves as well too.
Congrats.
Little Gringa's in the house.
Hey.
Christie.
Love her. Can't wait to see her in November.
Talon says, "I am a Girls Can Grill advocate."
Thank you.
Perfect. So yeah, so it's been that's right. I mean, I'm sorry, it's been a year since you've been on the show, I guess.
Gosh, time
you were just getting ready to come out with the seasonings, and I still think they're gorgeous bottles. I think.
Thank you.
And we talked about it when they first came out. The simplicity of the labels, specifically saying what each one is for, because obviously the common person, that's what they're. And Ryan, you know it as well as I do. Guys don't like to say they don't know what they're looking for. So for them to select, oh, this one says brisket. Oh yeah, that's the one I use all the time. Yeah, this is my favorite. They don't want to have to ask you like, what's the best one for brisket or what's the best
it's hard when people name it like cluckety cluck cluck. I mean, then you figure it's chicken, but you're just like, what is it exactly? And so I don't have a bottle in front of me, but there we go backwards. They're right there. But so it just says chicken, brisket, or pork, and then it tells you kind of the main three flavor profiles on the front. And I am working on some other stuff to hopefully have ready in probably January. So we shall see, but yeah. And I'm working on maybe doing some smaller bottles to try to get into grocery stores, because if you go to the grocery store, you'll see most of them aren't these big bottles. No. But the challenge is like brisket. If you have a small bottle, you're probably going to need two. Maybe even three. Yeah.
We got them right there.
Oh, thank you. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just love the simplicity.
It's direct. Yeah. I love that it's right. It's straight, direct to the point.
Thank you.
So what was how long did it take you to, well, I know you had them with Spiceology, but how long did you change? Did you have to change anything, or did
I had to redo the formulations. So I knew my original recipes, and I gave those originally to the new co-packer, and they didn't quite taste the same because Spiceology did their tweaks as we worked on the formulation together. But again, I didn't own the formulation, so I didn't know what they changed. We tweaked it some more with the new company, and that took, I think we did like 5 iterations of brisket and pork, and the chicken one they got right on the first time. But and then the labels I designed myself. I kind of have a graphic design background in me, and one of the things I would recommend if you are looking at doing rubs or sauces, print out your label just on your printer at home, stick it on a bottle, put it in your pantry with everything else that's in your pantry. And look, does it stand out? Will people figure out what it is? Or take it to the grocery store and put it on a shelf in a grocery store and just step back and look away and just see if it pops. And that's what I did. So I made a couple changes to my label. I didn't want to do cartoons. I didn't, because it's hard when you're at the grocery store and you're just like trying to say, oh, right there, I'm just looking for pork rib, let's go. So yeah, that would be my recommendation. And then look at labels that aren't just barbecue rub labels. Like go and look at soups and look at all sorts of stuff and look at what pops out to you, and then kind of think about that for your design.
That's some great advice.
Thanks.
I never thought about like taking something to the store and like.
I'd probably get arrested.
They'll be like, "Did you pay for that?"
Yeah, that would be it. I'd be taking it out like, no, honestly, this is mine.
Yeah.
You're talking about your chicken rub that it came out the first time, but chicken rub is my favorite on the wings. And Dalen's just, I mean, what a great addition to the show here himself. He's just popping all the questions.
You know who's been missing for a while is John Mann, Mr. AK Barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably traveling the world.
He hasn't been, unless he's up there on Alaska time, so it's not convenient for him to sign in.
But he's always been here.
Yeah, he hasn't. Where in the world
he's still tired from the yak off.
It could be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Griddles and Vittles and Nick and Jay said that's what they did with theirs. They
Nice.
took the label into the store and put it in there. But
Awesome.
you know,
Smart.
Your phrase is just take it to work. I could take anything
This
to work.
is my work. So,
I could take it to work too. I have it. I am going to confess that I do have yours in a bad location, but that's only because I got to find space. I
get it.
Are they on the shelf though? Are they on the tasting shelf?
No, they're. Oh no, they're on the tasting shelf. That's a given. Anything now that comes in, one of them goes to the tasting shelf.
You know about that one?
The tasting
his tasting shelf.
I didn't know about his. Premier Barbecue in Vegas, Premier Barbecue and Fire in Vegas has one of those, and I think that makes all the difference for folks.
I haven't heard of a lot of people doing it until Steve did it, and then I was just like, that's key. I mean, to take one bottle, open it up, and say, hey, except for Steve when he's like, I'm gonna try this one.
Well,
he doesn't do that, guys. I'm just kidding, but it's a great thing because there's a lot of times where I'm looking at seasonings and I'm like,
yeah.
God, I just don't like, and I'll use my Star Blazing Star with his Reaper rub. I'm like, no.
Can you handle the heat? Yeah.
Right. I'm like, I don't want to spend that money. And then it just sits there and then I waste it. But then I tried it because it was on the tasting shelf and it was like, okay,
Reaper's what started it. And then if there's anybody on here that's in the retail or in retailers watching or something like that, I mean, literally, and you take a $10 rub, Mike Starr's Blazing Star rub, Reaper rub. So that $10 jar, which is still not even like 3/4 of the, not even a quarter empty, just because from people taking taste, that has sold probably over 50 bottles of rub just from people tasting it. So if you're sitting there worried like, oh, well, I'm wasting a whole bottle of rub because but if that one bottle can generate 50 sales, because and I know Mike was on this show and he said that the Reaper is one of his most popular on his website and stuff like that. But I can see people when they're looking at it, as soon as they see Reaper, they're like, that's that's going to burn my face off.
Right.
Yeah. Just like Ryan said. So
and with chicken rubs too, they can vary so much. They can be on the sweeter side. They can be on the herbaceous side. And so, I love when I go into a store that has that because you kind of know what you're looking for, but you get the chicken rub.
What would you classify your chicken seasoning?
More on the herbaceous side.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I love herbaceous. I was like I was going to say like more herby.
Yeah. That works too. Or Martha Stewart. It's got, how does she say it? She doesn't pronounce the H. I don't even know how to do it. Herbs, or maybe she does pronounce the H. Herbs. Yeah.
Got some herbs. We got Drunken Chef Barbecue says, what up, tapping in to support this show. And Dalen says, I told you I'm the Girls Can Grill advocate. Yes.
You know what the other thing is, Ryan, too? It's Christy, I swear this is you, but if I'm wrong, it can be. But you went out and made your own cookbooks because people told you that they didn't want to produce your own. Now, see, Ryan, that's the thing that I don't have. Somebody tells me that they don't want to do something. I'm just like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm done. She goes out and prints her own cookbook and publishes it and sells it. Yep. And does well with it.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, I do have the advantage that I was a magazine publisher and I am a journalist by trade. And I know how to do graphic design, photography and design and layout. So I have that advantage and I'm a recipe writer and developer. So that definitely was a help. But I talked to publishers and I had pitches and ideas and it just nothing ever stuck. And I said, well, and then once you do get a publisher, it will take you, they basically give you an advance, and then it takes like a year to get it all done. And, they have all their deadlines and stuff. But I said, I don't want to wait for this anymore. And Amazon makes it so easy with KDP. You basically design it yourself. You can use Word. I've known people who do that. I happen to use InDesign. It's a publishing program. And then you basically take your PDF and you upload it in, and then you choose if you want hardcover, softcover, and all that stuff. So I did my first cookbook last October, which was holiday grilling, which is now is a great time to buy it because holidays coming up.
Yep.
111 recipes for the grill. And then I just did a second cookbook. It's called Ignited Q. It's specifically for the Ninja Woodfire Grill, which is a gas grill that's got the pellet features to it. Because I've worked with Ninja now for years, been on their infomercial and different stuff. And so I did some ebooks for that cookbook at first. And then now I've combined a bunch of those recipes and more into a published cookbook. So, yeah.
Look at Griddles and Vittles are pushing their rub on me. And
I love it. You got to work it. That's one of the things too, is you've always got to be working it.
Maybe
and get it out
they'll
there.
have to come up here. They'll have to come up here and do a tasting or something, and then they'll.
Yeah.
Anyway.
As long as they don't miss you by 20 minutes.
Yeah, as long as they don't miss me by 20. This time, boy, I'm telling you, this time of year, I mean, if people don't start coming in that store, I'm already planning my retirement days of what I'm going to do in August, because man, is it slower than whatever in there in August. Holy cow. Scary. But anyway, so cookbooks, God, and it was funny. I just did a post that I just got in. Malcolm Reed just came out with a new brine box type of thing with rubs and stuff. And I'm already into Thanksgiving. I'm so excited about Thanksgiving. And I'm glad that you said I should have had you on for a holiday show for.
Wow.
Thanks,
Green
Ray.
just trying to get some bonus points.
Thanks, Ray.
You're not old enough to retire.
No, not yet. I wish I just wish I'd win something so that I could retire. I know I'm not old enough to retire, but I wish I could. So anyway, last year, first year, BBQ Jackpot. You were talking, it was Michelle and I and you were talking about all this, the stress of planning and this and this and this. How did it go?
It was fantastic. It was a huge hit, and I got to thank my friends and family who helped out and volunteered, and they really made it smooth. Challenging for sure, because we decided to do judging indoors, and we had so many teams and so many judges that we had to use 2 rooms, which was unique because usually judging is in one tent, and we used 2 kind of split locations. And so, yeah, there was definitely nuances to it, but it was a success. Everything went off without any major hiccups that I know of. And, I asked teams for feedback, and most of it was positive. There were, a couple suggestions like, hey, have a band next year, and, things like that. And then, this year I opened up registration, and I really hoped it would do as well, because the first year I had it sold out in, I think, 3 hours. And this year I wasn't sure when to launch it. I think last year I opened registration in August or September, and the event was in December. This year I opened it in July, and we sold out in 2 days. So yeah, we have 96 teams. Wow. We have 140 judges, all certified, all J-Cup certified as well. And we have like almost 10 people on the waiting list. So if anybody were to cancel, we'll slide someone else in. And we could have fit those if I had more room. But last year I could only fit, I think, 84 teams. And this year I could have fit more, but a lot of people like big spaces. So, if they wanted smaller spaces, I could fit more. But maybe next year I'll even move to another parking lot in the same location so we can fit even more.
Nice. We got on Instagram, we got the Grab 'em and the Brisket guys on saying, guys. Let's go. Good to see you guys on. I'm trying to get them to come on the show.
Yeah, I'll see you guys at Al's. I heard you guys are coming to the Open Fire meetup, so I'll see you guys there.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, what's up?
Fried Barbecue says, let's go.
He's coming up on the show. He's actually on the show in a couple weeks. I think.
And hi to Vanessa, sending my love.
Yeah, same here. So I got a question to ask you, though, because I know last year, as I said, we talked about it. It was brand new. It was fresh, all this other stuff. Did you wake up the next day, have a cup of coffee and go, holy shit, I pulled that off? I mean, with very little, wow. I mean, that went easier or whatever. It's I can't believe that all just flowed the way it should.
No, and I don't mean to come across arrogant, but I'm so OCD, and I like double, triple check and quadruple check things, and I don't want to jinx myself, but I run a pretty tight ship. So I felt really good about it. I think when I had that moment that you're describing was when registration closed this year, because I knew the first year was good, but I didn't know if the demand and the draw and the interest would be the same to pull these world champions from all over the country. I didn't know if they'd be like, yeah, that was fun. That was cool. I'm glad we did it. But no need to do it again. We did Vegas. It was fun.
Right.
So for it to actually sell out again, that's when I knew that, okay, I've created something and this has potential to grow even more. So yeah, I think that's when I had the moment that you described.
Are you like a huge, cause I know I can be like that. Not obviously at home as much as I am at the store, but are you like a huge, your own personal devil's advocate? I mean, do you like say like, hey, I'm going to do something. And then you go like through like 20 different things that could fail. And then how you could make sure that those things don't, because I do that a lot at the store.
I think that's my the military background. I worked for the government, for the military as a civilian for 20 years, and my husband's retired military. His dad's retired military. So I think that you always have your execution plan A, B, C, D. So yes, I think that for sure. So it's easier for me to pivot. So maybe things went wrong, but it didn't deter, like it didn't take me too far off course, because then I just went to the next track and kept things going. So you
had anticipation as to something that might see. When I do stuff, it's like, okay, can this person trip over this? Do they see this? Can they see other stuff with this here? You know what I mean? And it's like, and you're constantly moving around. They all look at the store. Sometimes they look at me weird, which is normal anyway. But, but then, I'm always like standing, looking like this, or I'm looking like this, or I'm looking down. I'm on the ground looking up just to see So that's pretty cool. Well, I'm kind of glad it was a success, because like I said, I saw it today. This year you opened it up, and then it was like by the time I saw again, it was already sold out, and I was like, wow, that's pretty kick-ass.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, one of the things I guess that happened last year but again, we just the reason I didn't think of it as a big issue is because we just like switched course. But we ended up being in 2 parking lots, because at first we sold out in 90 minutes. And then I was able to secure the next parking lot, so then we could expand. But what that meant was there's a traffic lane. Like if you think of like a grocery store parking lot, like there's your main section, then another road, and then another parking lot, and then McDonald's or whatever. So it's like that. There's like a road in the middle. And I was talking about it over Thanksgiving with my family, and my dad was like, you're going to need crossing guards. You're going to need, like, when teams are running boxes, they can't just sit there waiting for the traffic. So there I am at Thanksgiving table going on Amazon and getting the like little vests and the little stop signs and that stuff. And so yeah, I definitely brainstorm with people, and that's what we did last year. Is we had people doing traffic control. This year I've moved, we're all secluded into one parking lot. We don't have that issue, but definitely it's not just me. It's me talking it through with other people and saying, okay, what red flags pop up for you that we can fix before they happen?
Yeah. Before we get
what is the exact dates of the we actually never said the exact dates.
So it's November 22nd. Teams will load in November 21st. The competition's November 22nd, which is also Vegas F1 Grand Prix weekend. So the race is right after the awards. So awards will be as soon as we can make them happen. It obviously takes a little bit longer with that many teams, but I know several teams, as soon as awards are over, jumping in the car and heading over to the F1 race. So
that sounds
going to be a baller weekend.
You should plan the competition around that and have them racing right through the middle. Crossing guard come out and go, no, stop. They're coming through. Like,
one of the cool things about the Vegas F1 too is if you look at the racetrack, it looks like an upside down pig, which I totally love. You guys will have to Google it and just look, because it's really cool.
Yeah, Google Map, look it up, right?
Hey John, how are we doing? And then I know we were talking about before, and I didn't want to get too far away, but Ray says, whoop, whoop, open fire, meet up, can't wait.
Yay!
I think that's a great one. I wish I don't think I'm going to get to it this year for sure. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get to it next year. It's going to have to be a 27 thing, because my vacation time, unfortunately, is not being good to me as far as things that I have to do that aren't
Take your vacation. Yeah.
Well, they're not my choice. I mean, it's I want to do it, but it's not my choice.
Sure.
You run out of time, but
Yeah.
kids got to graduate from college.
Right. People got to get married.
It's like kids got to graduate. Now, the only good thing is that he's in San Antonio. Now, I've already mapped it out.
Oh,
the way
nice.
we're going to go from here through there, which will take us through Dallas and through Austin to San Antonio, which means there's going to be a lot of barbecue one way or the other. So it'll be perfect. I forgot what I was going to say. I got thinking about barbecue. Quick, Ryan, save me with a question.
No, I was going to say I'm trying to get this. See how fast I can.
Oh, pull up the F1 track.
Pull up here, but you're not kidding. This totally looks like an upside down pig.
Right? Like when it came out, I think this will be year 3, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 4, but I think 3. When it first came out, my friend Keita over at Girl Carnivore and I, we were both like, "Is that not a pig?" Like,
it's totally a pig.
Totally upside down pig.
Totally.
Like,
you just need like an X where the eye would be, and it's like ready to cook.
Let's see. How could you guys not be right in the middle of that? You guys in the middle of that? Like,
No,
it would be perfect.
We're securing a location on Strip, like in the heart of the Strip, is so expensive. Some of these casinos want like $15,000-$20,000 a day. Like that's my prize purse. I just can't cover that.
Yeah, no, that was going to be my next question. If the city of Las Vegas was getting more into the actual barbecue event, or do you think that's still a year or two?
They're not yet. What's really cool is there's a couple events in Vegas. So there's my event, and then there is the Las Vegas Barbecue Festival, which is October, I think 26th. I don't have my calendar right up in front of me. Actually, I should look though. Let me look real quick. I'm going to tell you October 25th, actually. That one is happening, and that one's not a KCBS, but it's a fun public event that the city is more interested in and kind of engaged in, because it's really a kids, family, bounce houses, all that stuff, People's Choice. I'm actually a sponsor for that one. I'm going to be doing a demo at it as well. So there's that one that Vegas kind of has their eyes on. And then there's mine. And then there are some things in barbecue in Vegas coming that I can't share quite yet, but there's some exciting stuff on the horizon that I have my fingers in. So I know I've already given you enough breaking news.
There's nobody watching.
Oh, I see some really big names on here.
I know there's some. Well, I saw Girls Gone Grillin'. She said she's ordering her tickets for Formula One right now. So she's got that in the comments.
I found a new map of the race here. Does this look better?
Yes. I love it.
I threw it. Now it's on a spit.
Okay, there you go. See, totally. We're going to be a little bit by the nose of it, I think.
Okay.
That's fitting then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it'll be definitely a fun adventure weekend. Last time we did it, it was during PBR, during the rodeo, or NFR, excuse me, not PBR. PBR is a beer. I'm sure there was plenty of PBR drinks.
I was going to say that was perfect. Then if it was barbecue and PBR kind of go together.
But it was NFR weekend, and actually the city is busier during NFR, and hotels are more expensive. Everything's more expensive. So we pushed it before Thanksgiving this year. But it's F1 weekend. Like there's always something in Vegas, so you're always going to kind of be on top of something. But yeah, it should work out great. Yeah.
Well, so you did your dates like a year in advance, because I'm kind of like I kind of think the American Royal. Now I know they had to wait for race planning and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
But I bet you they're kind of like really upset with the dates that they picked, because there's a lot of people that are not going to the Royal, that are going to the meetup, that you think when they saw that they would have been like, well maybe let's, or you think it was kind of the ego of the Royal, like, we're the Royal, everybody will come to us whether we're on that weekend or not. I mean, because to me it's kind of like, when Al was on, you said you're not going. I think he said Heath Riles is coming to his event. Mark Lambert's coming to his event.
Yep.
There's a whole bunch of them that he rattled off, and it's just like, well, then who's going to the Royal? You know what I mean? It's like you just lost a lot of your bigger names that aren't going to the Royal, and it's just like, I wonder if they're second guessing that they should have just moved it back 1 week.
Malcolm will be at the meetup.
Yeah, Malcolm.
Yeah, Jess Pryles will be there. Cosmo will be there. Like, yeah, I was surprised when they chose November because it's kind of ranged from September to October. And then it's always like trying to plan if you're going to the Jack and the Royal, how much of a window. And when they chose November, I was nervous because the teams that cook at my competition would probably choose the Royal. I mean, it's, like if you're talking about a getting basted in a Tim Shear and stuff, they're going to go to the Royal most likely.
Mm-hmm.
So as they got closer, that definitely made me nervous because for myself, when I compete, I like to have a weekend in between to like regroup and re-prep. And plus the people are traveling to the Royal that need the time to travel to Vegas. And fortunately it didn't impact my event. And I think I might have announced mine before, but I think I don't think my registration opened until after their dates were announced, but I think I announced my dates before they did their dates. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do next year.
Because their dates came out super late. And I remember asking Mike Starr even when it happened. And I'm just like, oh man, your event's on the same weekend as the Royal. And he was kind of like, well, yeah, but we had the date first. And then I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, you did have the date first. Because I remember you saying the dates. And then now that I hear all the people that are going out to the meetup, I'm kind of like, well, wow, maybe it's not Al's event that's going to suffer. It's going to be the Royal a little bit.
And that really gives a testament to Al. Like he has created something really big, really fun, and live fire, like we were talking about before, like just something different. And it doesn't mean that people wouldn't prefer to be able to do both, but I think it's really cool how neat of a thing that he's created.
Well, I can ask. Well, let me ask you because you've been doing this now for a while, and we're beginning to see like maybe an evolution in barbecue because now obviously as we're seeing here with the people wanting to go to Al's, and then you have the tradition of the Royal, and then you had Memphis in May. You had Memphis in May with the newer kind of thing with Smoke Slam.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, is it like, are barbecuers trying to say, hey, we want to try, is there a way we can mingle? I mean, what if you did an open fire weekend at the Royal or whatever it is? I mean, and you had the open fire one day and then the Royal like the next day. I know that's a lot of people in a lot of a town.
Sure.
But you may have some of the same people that would do some of the different competitions.
Yeah, no, I could totally see like a BBQ Jackpot and an open fire meetup like merge in Vegas or something like that. I mean, I think that the appetite for it would definitely be there. Royal, I think same thing, especially for the public, because that's one of the things I think that was successful with Al at Smoke Slam. So he and I both cooked at Smoke Slam. He was in his zone. I was cooking with Duraflame and Cowboy, and we were doing live fire as well. And I think that the public loves that. They love seeing that. They love the whole animals, just the fire. Like it's just exciting to, whereas when the public goes to a barbecue competition, everybody's in their trailers, usually in the backside.
Right.
People have questions, but the teams can't always answer them because they're busy and, they don't necessarily get to taste stuff. So I think merging it is a really smart idea for more public engagement. And as a contest organizer, that's one of the challenges with sponsors is the sponsors need a return on their investment. They need that interaction so that they can sell product. Obviously that's their goal. And if you just have a barbecue competition, where's that public interaction? So one of the things that we're doing at BBQ Jackpot this year is we're having the pit stop, named because of a pit and the pit for F1. So kind of, but we're having the pit stop to where Duraflame is coming and some others are coming. They're going to be cooking food, live fire, and doing that for the public. Not anywhere near the scale of what Al does, but we're just dipping our toes in it. Going back to what you said originally, how did I ensure that it was a success? Is I started small relatively. I mean, not small from a competition side, but small in what our deliverables were, to where first I just wanted to do a barbecue competition. This year we're going to do a barbecue competition with a little bit of public sampling. Next year it could be something else. And then maybe, 2-3 years down the road, it could be an open fire meetup, BBQ Jackpot.
Could be the barbecue meetup. And she just doesn't want to tell us, Ryan. That's one of the secrets that she's trying to keep secret.
I don't know.
And she's tiptoeing around.
Kind of tiptoeing a little bit.
But it's just, but to me, it's just like from watching you and other barbecue people talk about the different aspects of it, is you love the tradition of traditional barbecue. You love the Memphis and Mays, the American Royals, and the procedurals of the classic tradition of doing barbecue. But then again, you're all cooks and you love doing things that just allows you to freestyle it and do different things where you're not set to a certain profile or this or that.
Right.
You just want to where you can throw anything out there. And I think that's, and like you said, I think the public would enjoy watching all these great barbecue people just cooking as opposed to, I mean, I wouldn't want to talk to Heath Riles or Sterling Smith or any of these guys during one of these big competitions where there's $50,000 on the line or whatever, and they're trying to meet timelines and this. I wouldn't want to get like, hey, what are you doing in there? Can I have a sample of that? You know what I mean?
That's what the griddle battle's for.
Huh?
That's what the griddle battle's for. Got plenty of time.
I love the griddle. I had a lot of good samples.
Thank you, Rolling Smoke. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I was getting there. Girls going around, so she was a vendor at the American Royal, or else she'd go to Al's thing. And then you sound like the best organizer ever. Yeah.
Thank you. I think it helps that I'm a cook and I'm a judge, so I kind of know the perspectives of both, and I want the teams to be happy and hit all the marks for them. And with the judges, I mean, the judges are volunteers, so obviously I want them to be happy and really enjoy themselves too. So
yeah, that's I was going off of like Dalen's questions earlier. As a new, do you have any advice for like myself as a new organizer? I mean, with putting on the griddle battle, I've done like 4 of them so far, but I mean, nowhere in the scale of, I mean, we had 5 teams last week, you know, we had 10 at the events before that. So this one kind of fell off a little bit. And I guess that's my concern too, is that, you know, how you said you went from year 1 to year 2 of, okay, it was great. Are people going to come back?
Yeah.
And yes, I mean, you've maxed out in 2 days and, you know, had to shut down your signups, which is amazing. So, I mean, any advice for me or anybody else that's looking to put on an event?
I think a couple things help mine be attractive. Vegas obviously helps. The fact that it's sanctioned through the KCBS. I mean, a lot of my cooks, I think maybe 5 are not sanctioned KCBS cooks. So, I mean, it definitely drives the people who are chasing points. And then also the fact that it's a qualifier for the Jack. So there's only 2 contests in Nevada, one in May in Boulder City and mine. So that's a really good ratio to get yourself a bung draw for the Jack. So that helps. And then, I think the way I organize it, one of the things that I hear a lot from teams and judges is that they're pleased with my communications. Like I have a private Facebook group for the BBQ Jackpot. So I'm constantly communicating, especially as we get closer to the event. I have like MailChimp to where I have my email list. I'm always sending out emails, whether it's for the judges or the teams. And then even afterwards, I had no idea, but I sent an email to the judges afterwards saying, here's the teams who won. Thanks so much for judging, And I've had multiple responses say, oh my God, thank you. We always wonder who wins afterwards. And nobody, there's no way we know. We just are like, okay, that was good barbecue and we never know. And I was like, well, that's an easy thing for me to share with you guys. But as far as drawing people, I don't know the magic answer to what made Vegas so popular other than it's Vegas. I don't know if I was in the middle of Knoxville, Tennessee, if I would have the same,
right.
turnout.
I understand what it is. You know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So you can't tell me the ansers. I get it.
Right.
Well, it's like it's a vacation destination.
Yes.
The Yorkville American Legion is just.
I mean, we've got the Super 8 in Hilton over here. You can come visit.
Where are you at, Ryan?
I'm in Yorkville, Illinois, so Aurora, Illinois, so about 45 minutes outside of Chicago. But
Chicago's a good draw, though.
Ryan, I have an idea. We'll discuss it after the show. But out of what Christie said, I have an idea.
Love it.
No, I liked it. And thank you for the answers. I mean, that.
Sure.
I agree, though, that as you said that you sent out the results to the judges. That's something. I mean, I I've only judged like 2 contests, so it's not
Sure.
that big of a thing for me. But you never do know unless you sit around and sit for the awards and everything like that.
Well, that's it. You have to sit for the awards. I was going to say, didn't
Yeah.
they stay and sit for the awards?
No, they usually don't, which
Really?
is fine because they're volunteers, or they have to watch the live stream on social, but they have to figure out which influencer is live streaming it, or they can go to the KCBS website and read the results too.
Yeah.
But it's just easier for it to just, I want to thank them for what the time they gave to us. So like, hey, here's who won, by the way. And I give pins to the judges. Because if you judge like the Jack or the Royal, you get a pin. And so that I wanted this contest to be kind of, at that level. And we have t-shirts and all that good stuff. But speaking of, this is a little tip for if you're organizing a contest. Speaking of the cookbook that we did through Amazon KDP before, I do my merch through Amazon as well. So I do my t-shirt designs. I upload those into Amazon and then it's print on demand. So people order them completely themselves, whatever size they want, whatever color they want. And then it ships to them to their house. I don't have to deal with any of it. I just get a very small profit once they sell. But you don't end up buying like a whole bunch of shirts, run out of 3XLs and have a bunch of mediums left and go, what am I going to do with these? So that's a good tip.
Yeah. No, I looked into that because we've got our shirts here for Thursday Night BBQ Chat.
Mm-hmm.
I luckily have a local supplier here that will, hey, I need one shirt, and she's like, no problem. And it's the price is the same price no matter if I'm ordering one or I think she did say if I'm ordering 50 or more at a time, it would lower it, but
Sure.
I don't ever want to get stuck with the inventory.
Yeah,
right.
That's a huge.
You never sell it. What?
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's similar to what we were talking with Townsend Spice thing. It's if you're just starting out, it's like cutting your initial outlays of cash that you could be using for marketing or other things. You don't want it tied up in a pallet of rub, or you don't want it tied up in 50 shirts waiting for it to sell when you could be using it to market what you're doing. And then speaking of, there's that unknown man down there called Blazing Star Barbecue.
What's up, Mike? Woo-hoo. We were talking about your Reaper rub earlier.
Yeah,
we're talking about the Reaper rub, and we're talking about the meetup, and we're talking about how the Royals stole your day and this and that, and how you're kicking the Royals' butt. But I know. I just
did we talk to Mike? Is Mike coming out to Kansas City?
I don't know. I'm not going. I'm not going to be able to make it to Kansas.
I know you're
City.
not.
I wish I could.
I am. I just booked my flight today, or yesterday. So
what's happening in Kansas City?
That's the Carnival.
Oh yes.
That's Carter, but
that's right.
It's a new one too, so we'll have to see how that one goes.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of everything in that one. That's what kind of makes that one kind of neat.
But I like that he has a website too. Like, I think that helps. Like, those are the little things that it's not necessarily easy to do a website, but it helps people like see it and know what it's about and get the information they want.
Not that much. I should look into that. Like, I've got my Facebook groups and my Facebook pages and stuff, and Instagram and things like that. But like, I don't think social media is definitely not dying, but I don't know. Like, I feel like Facebook to me is kind of tapering on the down end of it, so.
I just think it's become, I don't know if it's dying. I just think it's become, I do a thing, Ryan.
Oversaturated.
Oversaturated. It'll blow your mind because I've looked for things to share the show in. Go into Facebook and just type in barbecue groups. And then it'll bring up a couple, but then hit see all. There must be 300 or more barbecue groups.
Yeah.
And, you go through it. And just by the way, I don't know if I ever saw barbecue Blackstone and beer because I don't know why it didn't come up in there. But I mean, it's all about the barbecue group and more, whatever I call it. I mean, it was like way down there. I mean, there's like umpteen quadrillion groups, and then take the show. I mean, we talk about the show. It's the greatest show that nobody watches. Well, it's the shows are the same way. It's just like there are umpteen quadrillion shows. I mean, Grab 'em in the Brisket. I mean, I think they air at the same time. I don't know if they're live all the time, but I think they go on at the same time we do. I mean, and Mark Lambert goes on at the same time we do, and it's Monday night and Thursday night football. So it's like,
I mean, we sound like we're talking about the live fire meetup in the Royal at the same time. I mean, our show and somebody else's show. It's like the same concept, the same conversation, right?
But why do I feel like we're the Royal and the other shows are like the meetup?
I don't think we're probably still the griddle battle, Steve. We haven't made it to the griddle.
We're way down there. We're not even Griddles and Vittles says they watch every single week.
We watch every week.
And then Ray said she wanted to go to I think she said the carnival.
The carnival one, yeah. It really does amaze me how many barbecue podcasts and shows there are. Like there's multiple ones that are on Tuesday. I think Barbecue Central and maybe Chicken Frieds is on Tuesday. And yeah, it's like we talked about before. I think I have done, this is my 4th podcast in like a week and a half that I've been on. So yeah, it's cool though that our community is so large and that there's so much out there. Even if it's just 30 people listening to my podcast. I mean, it's
well, and it's you know, and we all service our bubble. I mean, it's and that's the thing that's the hardest thing for people to understand, especially when they're in here. And even some barbecue personalities can understand that they're in a bubble and that if they're out of the bubble, no one really knows. Some people are popular in the bubble and out of the bubble.
Sure.
Because I know Trisha, I know there's a couple people that I said that I was having on the show, and she's like, well, I'm happy for you. You know, like, cause she's like, because I'm all excited, and she's like, oh, I don't, and I'm like, you don't know who that is, and she's like, well, I don't have a clue. Now, of course, she's all excited about Stale Cracker next week, because she knows who Stale Cracker is, but she didn't know until she met me. But yeah, now she knows. She's like one of his biggest fans, and I think she's
probably
ready to
sitting next to you on the show.
I think she said that. I think she said she may be one of the few shows she actually tries to sign into, and I'm just like, wow. You could just sit here and watch. We don't have to sign into
it. We've been holding strong. We're sitting at 6 people watching right now, but we've been 9 or 10 consistently the whole show.
That's because Christie's got 7 bots. You can't see in front of her, but she's got like 7 bots lined up.
My mom's watching.
Yeah, right. Yeah. She's like, I can't be on a show with only 1 watch viewer, so she's got like 7 phones going at the same time.
But then I see the link is out on Christie's page too.
I don't even look at numbers when it comes to that stuff, because shows like this, it's not necessarily that everybody's watching it live. The fact is they can go back and watch it and watch it at their convenience. And same thing with the podcast. Like, everybody's not listening to my podcast the moment it drops, which is Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. BBQ tips. It's throughout the week that I see, like it has its like ebbs and flows, and then it lives forever. So like the Jack, for instance. So last year I did a bunch of podcasts about the Jack, about each category, as I've judged it several years. I've cooked it a couple years, and just my advice from both sides of the aisle. And then this year people are going back and listening to the episodes to prep for 2025. So yeah, like this and everything else, it just kind of lives in the universe. When people want the information, they can come get it.
What? I got a question to ask you, because your social media knowledge and everything. How can I make the title of the show when I create the event that makes it more searchable? Mm-hmm. Because this way, if somebody's like, oh, Christie Vanover, and they search it, how do I get it to where our this episode will become I got it as Thursday Night BBQ Chat, Christie Vanover. I don't even put guests or with anymore. I just put whoever it is, hoping that the shorter name, having that person's name in it, will cause it to be searched more often. Should I do it the person's name first and then on Thursday Night BBQ Chat, or what's the best way to make it searchable?
Yeah, that's a good question. So do you also put in the description? I'm trying to click on today's episode.
I do put in I do have the description when I do it through. I'm probably obviously not being in the magazine industry or being anything, as far as I did 3.5 years of English, which was the minimum that I could do. And I was so excited to get done that, and I think my sister wrote half of my papers for English class so I could get out of English class. I did not like English. I don't know if it shows.
So did my sister. So did my sister.
I could not stand. I could not wait for that. And I was so excited because I think either the year I graduated or the year after, the state of Illinois made English like 4 years. And I was like, oh, thank God that I got only 3.5.
Yeah, I remember my senior year of high school was the Scarlet Letter. I didn't do any of the work in class. I didn't do any of the computer writing, and I turned it in, and it was 100 points with an extra 25 points of extra credit possible, and I got a 123. The teacher said, "Nope, you're not getting this."
You
I
didn't
was like,
write
"I'm sorry, I didn't like your teaching style," and my sister helped me rewrite it, and she helped me do a better job.
Jesus.
And it cost me $20 to have her write it.
Oh
I
my
see. And
gosh.
I liked the Scarlet Letter. I thought it was a good. I just can't write.
I just don't write. Yeah, no.
Well, that's where ChatGPT can be your friend.
Oh, I love ChatGPT so much.
So I'm looking at the event right now, and I think I'm looking at the. Oh no, this is the one I need to look at over here. So yeah, it says there's it, and it has my name. And as long as I don't see the description, oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, that right there is what you need. It's called SEO, search engine optimization. And putting it into the description and the headline like that are both, because the keyword is, I guess, my name, or yeah, you're good.
I was nervous. I was sweating. It was like I was getting graded
Great.
live on TV on my essay. I was like, oh my God, if she says something about the way I wrote that. Sometimes, you know what the best part is? And just for all of you that I know you love me and I know that you like to tell me stuff when they see something, but sometimes I do things, I spell things wrong or put the wrong word in there, because this way, when somebody writes me and say, hey, you spelled such and such wrong, I'm like, thank God. See, somebody actually physically read what I wrote. It's a test.
Yeah. Yeah. Smoking Meats has good advice too.
Use tags too in YouTube Studio.
Yes. 100%.
Oh, how do you do that?
You have to download the app, the YouTube Studio, or go to YouTube Studio, not just YouTube.
I got YouTube Studio.
Yeah. So then you just go in and there'll be a section for tags or keywords, and you can type them all in there. And so I'll put like my name and Girls Can Grill and whatever the topic is. And yeah, definitely for YouTube.
Or on ChatGPT, you just say, write a description for this and include hashtags and keywords.
Yeah, that works. But proofread it.
Proofread it.
I just went.
Well, I've come down to the conclusion now that, and some of my posts, even on Facebook for the store and myself and stuff, I have become whatever that stupid thing tells me that it changes it to. That's what I go with. And then when people say like, "What in the world were you saying?" I said, "You know what? I got so tired of trying to fix the spell correct and the word suggestion that I just went with whatever it said." I'm telling you, for an older guy, and I'm sitting there, I can't stand technology as it is, and I get done with this beautiful description thing and find out that some of the words that it put in makes absolutely no sense in the context of what was written. And the spelling is awful. And it's just like, sometimes I'm just like, you know what, forget it. I'm not even going back. I'm just throwing it out there. Just as long as it's not something profane or erotic, I'm just like, it's going out.
Well, I know she's probably not in here anymore, or I don't know if she is still or not, but Sherry, for If You Give a Girl a Grill, she was at the griddle battle and actually the reserve grand champion. So congrats to her for that.
Congrats.
But we were talking beforehand and stuff. We were talking about ChatGPT, and she's like, I've never used it. And I'm like, really? She's like, I'm trying to do like a lot of collab cooks with other griddle crew members to do joint cooks. And I'm like, create me a cook with myself and Sherry from If You Give a Girl a Grill, cooking something on the Blackstone as we're not together, and write a script for it. I'm like, here you go. See, we're done. This is what we're doing next week. I'm like, yeah, it's that easy.
Yeah. I will say, I know one of the questions that was asked earlier, I think Dallin asked it about advice for content creators, like starting out, was the game has changed. So outside of social media, but developing a website, it used to be that you could create a website like I did 10 years ago, put recipes out there and all sorts of stuff. And people would search Google and they would click on Google and they would go to your website and get your recipe and make it. And definitely it's changed because of things like ChatGPT, because now you get the full answer in AI. So there's no reason to click through to Girls Can Grill. And most of the time the stuff from AI is pulling my recipe, Susie's recipe, Heath's recipe, whatever, and like creating this recipe. Never been tested, the recipe that it creates, but it's getting better, honestly, at some of the stuff that it's, that it creates, which is great and scary at the same time. But it's definitely changed the game. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend starting a website anymore because people just aren't Googling the same and clicking through. And Google gives you the answer now and what they're doing. And there's a whole bunch of ethical questions about all that because they're providing everything that we wrote and just giving it to people without clicking through. But it's the game we're in. It's the world we're in. So I guess my advice to new people is not to start a website, but you can, definitely use social media, but that's even hard to build audiences anymore too. Like it's very few to take off.
Yeah.
We know.
Like you talked about those 250 views we get like every time.
I swear it. Well, you can tell it's like locked. It's like the governor on a lawn, like a go-kart or something. It's like you see it going, and then sure as shooting, it's like 250, 300. I'm like,
yeah, that's how my TikTok is. Like I was at 53,000 followers forever at TikTok. I finally, I think, grew to 54,000. But yeah, every video is like 200 views, 200 views, 200 views. I'm like, God, I don't know. I didn't even know what to do.
How do you get like 54,000 followers and then?
Yeah, well,
get 200 views. Now I don't feel it.
Yeah, I started on TikTok at the very beginning. I was one of the first people in the barbecue space to start TikTok because basically every time there's a new channel, a new social media platform, I join it immediately so I can secure the Girls Can Grill before anybody else tries to take it. So I got on TikTok at first and I started using it all the time. So I grew super fast because I think that's what the algorithm wanted.
Right.
And like I was on there with Matt Groark and some of those early adopters, but then for some reason I quit and I was like, I really love Instagram. That's my people. I'm going to go back to Instagram. And then ever since then, like getting back into TikTok, it just will not grow anymore. And people who have tons of followers on Instagram who started like 3, 4, 5 months later could never get that build. So my build was early. And since then it's just, yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I just think they're so
growing social media is hard.
You're doing great though, Ray.
She's doing really good with it.
Yes.
And she's been on the show a bunch of times and she was co-host once.
Better than me.
Yes.
She had some.
I remember that.
I felt bad for Fred because she grilled him with some pretty good, well thought out questions. Mine are usually on the spur of the fly.
What I love about what Ray's doing is that, and it's amazing that she knows this at her age, is she's authentic. She is true to herself, doesn't hold back, and just shows who she is a day in the life, the successes, the not successes, and she's just real. And I think that's what social media needs. And I think those are the people who are successful, or the people who are real, not just showing off like the fanciest of stuff or the most outrageous stuff, but just like authenticity.
Well, and this, Ray, you can tell this to your mom too, unless she's watching. But when I deployed last year to Tallahassee with Barbecue Relief, they had a guy, I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I'm sorry. But he was doing a lot of videoing and social media stuff, and he had a lot of followers and a lot of traction or whatever it was. And I was talking to him about it, and the first thing out of his head is like, you got to stop looking at the analytics. It's like you'll drive yourself nuts looking at that 250 views. He's like, there's nothing you can do about it. Just enjoy what you're doing, put out the content and this and that, and you don't know what's going to spark the whole thing. Yeah. And unfortunately now everybody's doing it. I mean, Ryan, because look at a lot of the people, and Christy, you may be somewhat in that group too, but a lot of the people that were Instagrams that we've talked to over the last 2 years, and I'm sure Stale Cracker is going to be the same one next week. 2020 was the year for a lot of these people.
Oh, yeah.
That are huge right now. I mean, some were before. I know Malcolm was before. Heath may have been a little bit before. But as far as like the Instagram and TikTokers and that, it was 2020. Everybody was stuck at home. And that's when I started watching Stale Cracker because I had nothing to do. And obviously I remember, and I'll say the name, Ryan doesn't, Justin Wilson. I remember the chef, and I was just laughing. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's like a modern day Justin Wilson with the same kind of accent and everything, just on a whole different level.
Yeah.
And that's when I think so it's like you miss we're kind of like in the aftermath of that tsunami. And it's kind of like,
There are so many barbecuers on Instagram now and TikTok and, just all the channels. Like, yeah, because I started in 2015 and definitely, I was growing. And then 2020, just like you said, everybody's at home, everybody got a grill and it went crazy. And then so many people weren't going to work every day. And so they were creating social media content. And then they grew at the same time because it was just a popular thing. I mean, look at Weber, look at Traeger, like everybody, like all the businesses as well. And then it plateaued and then even took a little dip. And, I think it's starting to build again. And I think, again, that's where that live fire stuff comes in now. Like there needs to be something that breaks the noise of just another rack of 3-2-1 ribs. Like at least 20,000 people are posting 3-2-1 ribs. Okay, great. I've seen it. I've done it.
I'm telling you, Ryan, I think the griddle battle is the coolest freaking thing. I enjoyed watching everybody coming up with what they were cooking and what they were doing and freestyle recipes. I mean,
I love that.
What did you have? What did you say?
Talking about something else, but I think she's agreeing with you. Yes. The griddle battle is the greatest thing.
The greatest thing. I will agree. But no, but what I'm saying is, what did you say? Is it give a girl a grill? Is that what?
Yes.
The girl. Sure. She made. Was it the breakfast where she made the Mediterranean? What did she make, Ryan? You know the exact name of it. I ate it.
I don't remember the name of it.
Oh, Jesus,
but it was.
Ryan. Girls Gone Grilling.
I want to know more about the griddle battle. We can talk about the griddle battle all night long.
Yeah, well, not tonight. But that was the kind of the neat thing. She made this thing for breakfast, I believe, and it was had Mediterranean flavors. And then what was it? Was tailgate was the next thing, I believe the next category was. And she made this Korean something with the even had
kind of hard to see, but
really bad to see. Just what's it called? Because maybe Shmo. I want to win the griddle battle.
She didn't have names with hers, so I don't know what she.
But anyway, so it was just kind of neat. And then the other guy made Nashville hot chicken burrito, and then it was just neat, the freestyling of it.
Yeah,
that. It's
not the same core things. I mean, it's
right. That's what I love about ancillary categories.
Yes.
Like I love doing my 4 meats and performing well in those, but I definitely love ancillary categories. That's what I loved about being on the Food Network on Barbecue Brawl. It was totally like, they give you the ingredients and say cook this, or give you the theme and say cook this, and lets your mind get creative. And I do love that.
Race wants to win the griddle battle too.
Oh, she will too.
She will too.
If you get me a date, we can invite her to get out there.
I'm gonna get a date soon. And Girls Gone Grilling. The griddle battle is pretty much what it is, cooking competition, but everything is done on a flat top griddle. So like this last event we had was breakfast, tailgate, and dessert categories. And it's wide open, but everything has to be done on the griddle. So whether you're putting a pan on there and you're cooking on something, a sauce in a pan, you can do that. Soups, deep frying on the griddle. I mean, it was all done. Ryan from Smokestone Cuisine, who was our grand champion this year, his tailgate and it wasn't, I found out later because I know the judges were like, you think of a Nashville hot chicken, you think spicy. And they're like, it wasn't spicy. And he's like, that's why I didn't call it a Nashville hot chicken. I called it a Nashville chicken. He didn't want to, roast and burn senses off the judges.
I can tell you from somebody who probably had like 3 or 4 of his leftover chicken strips. The chicken was very good.
Yeah. Nice. So, I mean, he deep fried chicken on the griddle. So, I mean, it just opens it up to so many more options. And yes, it's essentially just as you said, Christy, it's 3 categories of ancillaries.
Was this the first year?
No, this is year 3.
Okay. You should consider starting a sanctioning body on it. The Blackstone community and the griddle community is huge.
Yes, Blackstone was a big sponsor, huge sponsor this year. I'm part of the Blackstone griddle crew, so I'm nice. I don't know what. There's ambassadors, and then we're a step above it, because we're just more involved. And not talking bad about any of the ambassadors; they're all amazing.
Right.
Too. It's just more of this family that we've created, and I think next year is gonna take us over the edge. I have said that, you know what, my youngest son is 13. I will not give up my family time.
Mhm.
That's the biggest thing. I
Amen. That's a good
time of my
call.
oldest, so I won't do that again with my youngest. So I want the griddle battle to grow. I want it to be all over the place. I want a sanctioning body. I want it to be the next biggest event out there. But until he goes off to college or something, God, I only got 4 more years.
You can start it, Ryan, and you could find other people to.
I know we're gonna get it going.
No,
you could sit in your big chair and you can delegate.
Yeah, get a bigger chair.
Oh, I know. That's
what's going.
See, now I figured it
what's
out.
Going on in the Midwest? What's going on in the Southeast? What's happening over there on the West Coast? You know what I mean? You don't even have to do anything.
Yeah, no, we were looking. I was actually talking to Sherry because they live in Indiana, and they might have a spot down there, so we might expand and try to do an Indiana griddle battle and the fall brawl here next year as well, and possibly Eureka. Yeah, Eureka with the Central Illinois Barbecue Throwdown with Brandon Bresner is where the first griddle battle ever happened.
Nice.
2023
BBQ Jackpot griddle battle.
That's what I was just gonna say. 2020.
I mean, when you were talking earlier, the jackpot and the live fire, it'd be
right.
But I think that's that as I was telling Ryan this weekend, I said, or maybe I didn't tell you because you were doing it, but you may have been there for one of the conversations, but you're kind of in that catch-22 of you need prize money, you need sponsors, but the sponsors are looking for how many people are going there, what kind of draw it is. You're not getting the draw because you're not getting the prize money. So it's you're stuck in this okay, when's one gonna give? It's you need either someone to say, here, we're gonna go with this, or you just happen to get the right number of people, which then sparks everybody else. Kind of like Al's thing. I mean, look at what Al's started out was just a bunch of guys hanging out in the desert. And now you have, you got all the KCBI, the barbecue competition guys. He says now he's got restaurant guys. He's got social media guys. He's got open fire guys. He's got, he's got everybody coming to this thing.
Yeah,
because
and tons of sponsors. Yeah.
And tons of sponsors. Cause now this is the hangout. This is the place to go. No, so, I mean, it'll happen. I think so. I got faith.
I got big plans for this year. Information videos is what I'm
nice.
I tried to take a lot more videos from the last one. So I walked with the teams as they were turning in, so I can turn that into a video of we talked. Okay, a KCBS event, and somebody on the street goes, KCBS event. What? If they're not in the barbecue world, they don't know that, right?
Yeah.
Or a griddle battle. If you're not here cooking on it, you don't know what it is. So that's what I'm trying to get out there. But
I posted a nice little video.
I'm always up to chat. If you need to, I know it says Barbecue Blackstone and Beer, but griddlebattle@gmail.com, or shoot me a message on Barbecue Blackstone and Beer. Side of my out. There we go.
I posted and shared. I did a great little video, I thought, of Griddle Battle. I really loved it. I love that. I love that shit. Anyway,
it'll get there.
All right, Christie's probably bored of listening to talk about the Griddle Battle, because now I am. Because
she's not Tim. She's interested.
Ouch.
Don't stop it. That was still the best line ever, and I can still say it now.
You love it, I know. I thought it was a big kick to the face, but
I do love the Griddle Battle. Ryan brings it up every single show. He's brought it up for 99 shows, and it kind of
I sell stuff.
After hearing about it, I just kind of get oh god, here goes the Griddle Battle spiel, everything. And we were on with Tim Scheer, and he's doing it. And I said, Ryan, Tim really doesn't want to hear about your stupid griddle battle. And Tim's like, no, I really don't. Right? In that Tim voice. Tim has that monotone, no, I don't.
I got NASCAR to worry about.
We did get him I have to say, we did get him to laugh probably about 3 or 4 times on the show, real big laughs. And I was kind of wow, I think that's the most I've seen Tim laugh. Probably not at a competition type of thing. Usually he's pretty mellow. So, but anyway, well, good luck with the competition, Christy. And hopefully, God, now I'm really upset because you got that flipping holiday cookbook. I should have had her on for Christmas or Thanksgiving.
It's all good. I'm happy to come back anytime.
Yeah.
We might have to do a holiday special with
Sure.
Christie Vanover and go do some. Maybe we could find a way where you could cook some of those recipes so Ryan and I can drool over the food.
I was going to say, try to email it to you.
Yeah, right. We just like to watch the food go. Anyway, well, have a good evening. Is it still evening there? I would assume
It's about 6:30 almost.
Yeah, we'll
It's
have a
still
good
light
evening.
out.
Still like
Still light. It's dark here.
8:30 here.
It's
Yeah.
dark.
But
It's
yeah,
not
Christy,
cold
thanks
though.
for coming on and spending an hour and a half with us here. You know.
Yeah, you bet. And thanks to everybody who tuned in. I loved all the questions.
Yeah,
Great seeing you,
absolutely.
Ray. Can't wait to meet you, Girls Gone Grillin'. So, and thank you for your support again for BBQ Jackpot.
Yeah,
And you guys don't
absolutely.
forget to thank your sponsors too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we
it's
do
in
have
our
to play
final
this.
video.
Okay, good.
At least I got to work on the sponsor video too, because the one that I
Yeah, it's-
usually put in the beginning, it's just me talking.
It's
Yeah.
creepy.
It's my monotone voice.
Anyway.
But
All right,
Awesome.
Christy, have
Well,
a good
thank
evening.
You guys. Yeah, appreciate it.
thanks.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Such a fun
Thursday
person to
Vanover,
talk to.
that was great.
That's
I love
a
the
good show.
information. It wasn't just like a talk about my products and this and that. It was a lot of great feedback from her and information. Dalen asking the questions on advice and things like that.
What?
And I appreciate
That's what I.
it. And
That's
asking
what I
about
was.
the
That's
stuff
what
in
I
the
was
video.
going to comment on.
Stop interrupting
is-
me. You've done it all night. I'm done with it.
I but that's what makes the
First,
show.
I'm not
the
asking
show.
questions, and now I'm trying to talk, and you just
Oh,
talk
now
over
you're
me.
Mr. Chatty. When I asked you in the beginning to start the show off, after 99
Because you
shows,
never
I let
do
you,
that.
I know. Well, I
I
figured
know, like you threw me off, so I was like,
one before 100, I'd let you do a question, and it's like
Oh,
you were like a deer in headlights. Like,
I
you
did
know.
that on purpose, and then I went to ask the same question that you turned around and asked of, tell us a little history about how you got into barbecue, because that's
Well,
what you
'cause
always start off with.
I know because you were copying.
But I
what
tried.
was gonna say.
That's
Now
just-
you made me forget what I was going. No, what I was going to say, and building on your intelligent observation of the whole show that we had on today, having people asking questions and making comments just makes the show a heck of a lot
Yes.
more fun.
yes.
So
100%.
sign in every week if you can or whatever, and ask questions. I mean, that's the greatest thing is I get to ask all these questions of people that I think are like the awesomest people in the whole world because I am a barbecue geek type of person. And I just like the whole idea that I got to talk to Christie Vanover today and I got to ask her all these questions that most people don't get to ask.
You're right, and I mean it was amazing. She's a great guest to have on the show, and I mean I'm happy to be here as well too, and I'm happy to be here next to you, Steve.
Oh, you know what, Ryan? It's the end of the show almost. Let's play the stale cracker video. I'm so excited about, even though he says our name wrong,
He does. say
I'm
our
really
name.
excited about it.
He does say the name wrong, guys. Next week's show right here.
Here,
We're about to start slicing on this old alligator. Come see me September 25th, 7 p.m. Central Time, Night BBQ Chats 100 episode. We're going to talk about alligator life and probably barbecue. Let's get it.
how'd that
The
barbecue?
barbecue.
Dude, I can't even tell you how geeked up I am about this whole thing. I tell you, I'm going to look like you next week when the show starts. I'm just going to be like, you know how long
Trisha's going to
I've-
push you out of the way, and she's going to take.
You know how
over.
long I've tried to get stale cracker on Thursday Night BBQ Chat live from the barbecue department at Wanamaker's. I mean, I tried and tried. And lo and behold, it took Barbecue Family to make it happen, but it happened. And now I just got my fingers crossed. We got 1 week to go that there's no scheduling errors or something doesn't happen where somebody calls and says, hey, we'll pay you like $500,000 if you come out on this day to come open up the NFL game of the week or something like that, where he's like, dude, sorry. You got to put that on a cracker. And I'm like, dude, if somebody offered me $500,000, I'd leave Ryan here too. And I'd go and do that.
I see.
But anyway, that's it, Ryan. 99 shows under our belt. Next week,
Triple digits.
big show number 100. And there's a lot of people in there. Thanks to Ray Little Gringa for one. I wish I could get Ryan, I don't know if you could go back in the shows and find it from the first time she was on Mike Davis was down at the shed for the MBBQA, I think, stuff or whatever it was, I think. And she was on there. She was tiny as can be. And then to be the co-host, thank you for that, Michelle O'Gwyn, for being co-host a bunch of times. And all the amazing guests we have seen over the last 2 years is just, I mean, look at what we started. I mean, now look at it. We got a background. We got sponsors. We got
T-shirts.
We got T-shirts that nobody buys. I mean, we are living the life of people with a barbecue dream. I mean, not making any money off of it, but
Ray's still here. She's so happy for y'all.
I know. I'm excited.
You're awesome, Ray. Thanks for always tuning in and stopping in. Griddles and Vittles with Nick and Jay. Dalen Cooking with Reed. You guys just crushed it tonight, so we appreciate it.
AK Barbecue Man over the years, Mike Davis over the years, over the last 2 years. Great. A bunch of people that support, I mean, I don't know what you even called the show.
That Tim guy, whoever, he's, yeah.
No, I don't. Just the way he says it. Just the way he said he shot it right out. Monotone, no expression, no nothing. Like, no, I don't. I loved it. Loved every minute of it.
I got over on Instagram. Stephanie came in here and said, "Bestie," this is from TikTok. She's like, "Where is your beard?" I shaved it off. It's gone.
Dirty Steve's Barbecue's over on Instagram, and he says, "I'm going to have to tune in more often. This is cool." Well, thank you. Tune in. It's every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Next week, Stale Cracker. After that, I should have on. We got a bunch. Did I tell you October what we got coming into the old October?
Let's keep them. You guys got to tune in next week to see who's coming in October.
Oh, that's a bunch of red cheeses, Ryan. There's nobody watching at this time anyway. The guest's gone. Nobody watching.
People here.
But anyways, we got next week. We got Stale Cracker show number 100. Who knows what's going to happen for show number 100? That's all I can tell you. How do I get on this podcast? Who is that? Faith and Fire Smokehouse. I don't know. I'll have to go back to see who that was. I'll message you after the show. I've never had anybody actually ask to want to be on the show. Usually I'm begging tooth. I usually don't have to. It's actually people enjoy being on now.
We'll send out the application and the service fee.
We got to do a background search and all that other stuff. October 2nd, we have Deuce Raymond. He's a local personality. He is on Instagram. I'm hoping I've sent out an email hoping to confirm, but he hasn't confirmed back. But it should be Deuce Raymond on October 2nd. And then we are going to be swinging into World Foods. We have the 9th. We have Michelle O'Gwyn. She's going to be in talking about her live fire title defense that she's going to be doing this year. So that'll be interesting. The 16th is actually, I think, right around World Foods. Ray, if you're still on, I would love to have you on that show talking about you defending your stuff. Oh, Girls Can Grill wants to sponsor information.
Sponsor the show or sponsor the griddle battle?
Both. Anyway, and then we got on October 23rd, we have Bill Purvis from Chicken Fried Barbecue. And then the 30 close out the month of October. We have on, he was on the show earlier making a comment. We have Ron from, Ryan, you know Ron, because he was on when Low and Slow Snacks. Ron's from Fat Cow Jerky is going to be on. Both, she said. Yeah, we are actually, to be honest with you, Ryan, it is October. We got to start getting people if they want to be sponsors for next year. So,
craziness.
Great. Thank you everybody again for your support coming on tonight. Girls Can Grill, Girls Gone Grillin'. I will message you or something. We'll message and see if we can get you on as a guest on the show too, because I'm always looking for fresh new guests in different phases of barbecue.
So they can handle us. Yep.
And you got to be able to talk for an hour.
Yeah.
Because Ryan can't. So
hopefully we get people to tune in. Maybe we'll see people next week. We'll see.
Dude, I might get. Wouldn't it be something, Ryan? If next week
one viewer,
one viewer, or even worse, like What if we looked up there and there were like 1,000 people watching the show? I mean, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I would be like, I'd be scared to death. Like, normally there's nobody here, so it's just you and I.
I mean, I definitely have to talk about the griddle battle. Not that because I never talk about the griddle battle on here, but I think with that many people, I definitely have to talk about it.
All right, so I'm going to say it live on here because I want to see if anybody goes, here I got it. Christie Vanover mentioned, this is important, Ryan. Now pay attention because I'll help you with this if I have to. She mentioned that the BBQ Jackpot was one of the few things to help you get into the Jack. Now, what if we talk to Mr. Galloway with the SCA? Catch my drift? And that the winner of the griddle battle gets a golden ticket to compete at the SCA finals in an ancillary, because basically everything you do is an ancillary.
It's not a bad idea.
Well, Ryan, I got tons of great ideas.
You do.
I don't get credit for half of them, but
I'm sorry, what's your name?
a lot of people just steal them.
All right, guys, tune in next week. Stale cracker. That's money, dude.
Could put that on a cracker.
Put that on a cracker.
Oh,
Barbecue.
Barbecue. Ooh.
See you next week. Take care, y'all.
Bye.
Thank you so much, guys. You've been absolutely amazing. Thank you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much.